Hi guys, welcome to the Mythic Booster Channel. Hope you're all there. I don't know if we are live yet. Hopefully we are. If we are live, welcome to the channel. This is a new one for me. I have been streaming some Fortnite Battle Royale, but now we're on to a game that I really love. This is where my heart lies, and this is problem solving, puzzle solving, retro games, amazing storylines. This game is epic. It's like a film. It's so good. Bit of a spoiler alert, this is the 5th episode of this series, so you can go back and check out the other cards and sort of work out. So I think we've got a card that I can drop in somewhere, and if I can do that, how do I do that? Cards, add card, there we go. Apply template. We'll just click it. Maybe I click it. Maybe that worked. I don't know. Not sure. Anyway, basically, come say hi and let me know if everything's going well. And yeah, so basically, go check out the other stories. There's 5 so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, what's happened so far? We have basically started off the game in Paris. Someone's got blown up. We've realised there's a bit of a conspiracy to do with a costume killer. We're now trying to trace this person down all over the world, frankly. We've currently been moving through looking for clues in Paris. We then worked out there was links in Ireland, so we've moved our way all the way across to Ireland in the game, and that's where we are now. We've played in Ireland a bit. We've met some new characters. I'm just going to click continue from where we were so you guys can see. We met some of the characters. We've just broken our way into a castle where we've had to wrangle a bit of a pesky goat, which is where we ended up the last episode of the I suppose what we've been looking at, which is Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. So we're going to carry on from here. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do enjoy it, please do click that like button. It makes a massive difference. Get involved with the chat if there's anything that I'm missing, because if I'm missing and making divvy mistakes, you guys can help me out. I can see the chat all the time. It's on my other screen. So we've wrangled our way through this goat, just to give you a bit of a flavour as to what's going on. We can click on things and work out what's going on. We can sort of analyse various sort of stuff, but however, we want to go down this little ladder, which we couldn't get to before we'd wrangled the goat. So, however, here we go, cutscene coming up, so I'm going to be quiet. Okay. So, as you can see with the game, guys, we've got all sorts of things we can analyse, we can look at various stuff. So what we're doing, we're going to have a look at what's going on down here to start with. Okay. Right, so we've got some sort of pattern on the back of here. We can pick it up, look at it.
It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving.
So, obviously, the logical thing here to do is to pick it up.
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
Okay. Put it back up again. So, full disclosure, I have played this game before. As I
swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
Very cool. Okay, so full disclosure, I have played this game before. I haven't played the director's cut version, so some of the puzzles I'm going to slightly remember. I do like playing these games, so some stuff I'm going to work out quite quickly. So obviously, you know, my first impression here is we're not going to be able to pick up this statue, but however, we can take some sort of imprint from here somehow. Okay, so what else? We can obviously see what looks like a door. Self coffee as well. This is the most
important thing. I tried in vain
to
move the panel.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Behind the altar was a carved panel, decorated with animals, birds, and plants.
Okay. What we got?
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Bit of a huge, enormous giveaway there.
I reached into the sack, but it was empty.
Okay, we've taken the plaster.
I reached into the sack contained a fine white powder.
I'm assuming within our bag, got dead white powder. Statue. Oh, maybe we'll analyse the statue first, then drop it in the hole. That's fine. Hey, person watching. Hey, how are you? Get involved in chat. Just say hi. It's all cool. Right, so what we're going to do now is get the white powder and hole. Nice.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
I've got a feeling this.
It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
I'm wondering, can... beer towel.
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body. The towel was soaked through with water.
Soaking wet towel. Thought we had that. Use that. Bring it out. Boom!
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
Lovely coffee. Right, we'll leave that there for a mojo. Can we expect this? Anything else?
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall.
Of course you did, George.
Nothing happened.
What a surprise. What did you do? Stuck my thumb in it? No. Right. Get it out.
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Nice. Boom. So in theory...
There was a pattern...
No, we're just going to be able to do it. Gosh. You would assume this is going to open up the door.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud. Then, silence.
Ooh. That's kind of what we were hoping. Nice. Anything up here that we've missed? So we can go out. Boom. Alright, let's get involved in here then. What's going on? We're enjoying the coffees. Hey, Captain Ketch, thank you very much for your sub, buddy. That's very cool. It's just really weird. That totally freaked me out then. I'd like had the... I set the Final Fantasy tune up as the subscription noise. I'm going, oh no, something's interrupting the stream. Literally, if my face just kind of went, freaking out, it's because obviously new to this streaming larky, I'm getting used to what's happening. So, hey, cool. Nice to have you here, buddy. So, we've cut back to Nico now. I don't know. Got to do.
My first teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him.
I love some of the stuff that we come out on here. Right, okay. Just have a quick refresh as to what I've got. So I've got 2 pictures of Plantar and Dad. I've then got Key, Elephant, which is what she got from her dad. Broken strike. Okay, basically, the long and short of it is...
I had no reason to go out into the night.
Well, apparently what I've got to do here then. Right, okay. Who can we call? Maybe we can call George. See what's going on.
There wasn't anyone that I needed to call.
Okay, fine. What else? Message. Okay, message machine. There's a blinking red light on it. That would imply we got a message.
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slonsha. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly.
No.
You know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl.
No, that's the killer, dude. Ah!
Oh my God. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there.
Cheers, Cat. Yeah, enjoy
When
the
it came to
enjoy
being
the footy, buddy.
two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing, but I couldn't just let her die.
Right, okay. Yeah, no, that's it. Well, we need to get back.
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard deserted. I only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
Right, what's this? Okay, it's just my book. Just change myself. Right, okay. Getting here a bit sharpish. Woosah. Right, okay. Fingers crossed.
Locked? No way was I going to break through a door like that. The intercom system wasn't working.
Right,
Bad
this
sign.
to me.
Somebody had cut the wire.
Yeah, not good. This looks like a ladder to me, which we are definitely going up. First time I saw this, I'm like, yeah, okay, if that's not a
Fixed
ladder.
tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to?
No, I want to climb up it.
Fixed tight. It was held in place by wires. Maybe it wasn't art after all. Maybe it was a cell phone transmitter. People say, what's the point of modern art? I say, isn't it obvious?
Surely we can now cut these somehow. Lean it up like a ladder.
I unhooked the first wire.
Nice. Unhook them all. Lean up against it and boom.
I released the second wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
Let's push it over then. That'll do me. But it's
If I
literally,
could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything.
literally stairs. Nice. Top skills, Nicole. Nice. Right. Fingers crossed. Not, well.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it.
Alright, we've got that sharp jobby. I reckon that'll do it, surely. Yeah, nice. Sweet. Bit of intuition. Yeah, I don't remember this from the original game. I don't know, maybe you could tell me in the comments. Was it in the original game? I don't know, I can't remember. I haven't played this game for quite some time, so, you know, you'll have to bear with me. Oh, let's see. At that. Lights on.
My God, I'm too late. Imelda. Oh no.
Nico?
Alive.
Oh, you're going to be all right.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. How absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
You didn't know my father.
So like him. Something about the eyes.
Wow.
I wish we'd had time to get to know each other.
She was gone. She cheated me, lied to me, used me. But why?
Surely it's got to be something to do with her, like her dad, because you're sort of claiming to know her dad. Let's look around.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same. Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice Queen alone in her ice palace.
Surely the locket's got to be...
I opened it. Inside was a tiny gold key.
Nice. See, look. Right. Wasn't there something we couldn't undo?
I took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Okay. Whatever it is, it doesn't unlock it in here then. It's just bail and run. Go back to the apartment. There's something on the elephant?
It was the beautiful elephant my father had carved.
Use that.
No. It was the key from Imelda's
Right, okay. That's all that tells us. Fine. Okay, do we need to ring anyone? Do we need to go anywhere? What do we need to do? Maybe ring George?
There wasn't anyone that I needed to call.
Do here.
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc had been tucked under my father's box. It was a bug.
What? Bugging the apartment? What the heck?
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
The bin? I think I would have flushed it down the loo. Right, okay. Fine. We've been bugged. We've just ripped off a dead lady. Whatever's in her locket for a key that we've got no idea what it does. Nice. Now...
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key.
The
elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
I think we now know what the key's for.
I took out the key.
Does it... This is just getting
I couldn't believe
more and more freaky.
Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside.
Now, if that's not code for something, I don't know what it is. All three of them. Ah, it's the middle. Haha.
It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box. I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered. And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years, my own father.
What the hell?
There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
Just going like deeper and deeper and deeper. Right, let's read the letter then.
Hotel St. George, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you are really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No. They'll just give you a phony job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda. Suddenly everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all.
This is mad.
He and Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
Even George? Even George? Ah, so much stuff going on now. You're gonna go back? Is it going to cut back to George now? Oh no, we're going to call. We finally decided to call someone. No, have a little mini freak out. She always ends up there, like going, I'm going to have a booze. It's like, get a bed. Go to the bed.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, George. So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead.
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pigram's gem?
The Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's
Bosh! Great big rock.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Montfaucon?
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
What's we know?
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
We've got the gem. There you go, here's the...
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Okay.
There's a guy working on a loom.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse. What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Name and a picture of a hanged man. I think, surely, we've just got to head out and go for it.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Kroon Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
Right, let's go and see if we can work out what's going on with all this stuff. So, we clearly know there's some sort of tripod for the gem.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
True. Right, where are we going to go? So we've got, come over here, a Café del Champ d'Affaires, Paris, Poste de Peace, Music Kroon. Let's go to the museum first, see if we can catch up with Lobino. Go from there. We've been here before, we know this is the tripod, and I tried to sneak into this thing over here.
No, monsieur. No, no. Okay.
Freaky.
The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript.
It'd be handy to get hold of that. Let's go and stand over here. Wait for mate to do his rounds and not be looking, and then we'll hide. Oh no.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Winch. We've got to wait for...
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
We've got to wait for matey to not be looking. Probably over here somewhere. And then, hopefully, should be able to make the magic happen. Man, look at something else. Get away with this time?
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it...
looks this way. We could be able to get. He looks over by the door in a minute.
Do you have a...
Nah. Okay, cool.
I just love the smell of moth.
It's something to do with this window. I don't know if it's open or closed. We can open it up now. Looking. Open. You're just going to go and close it. Undo it whilst he's occupied doing that. So whilst he's faffing with that, maybe we can get in here once he realises the window's open. Because that'll make some noise, maybe. That's the plan. Nice. Booyah.
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Okay, so, but we do know how to get in there. So what we need to now work out is why. Okay, cool. So we clearly don't need to be there net because we haven't met Matey yet. That's Café de la Chambre de la Fer. That's Rue Charlie. That's Poste de Police. Let's go and see Rosso because Rosso's always manoozing as hell. Yum. Rosso isn't here. Go and speak to Moo. Love this guy. Detective Moo. Funny old man.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur. Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon.
Excuse me.
Get them this time.
Will you? I'm not
you
entirely
heard of a
sure you
man
could
called
catch a cold,
Marquet?
Moo, if I'm honest.
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic.
Ooh.
In the Avenue des Hérissons.
Oh, maybe we can...
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I
More
suppose.
amazing
Yeah, but
green
why the
juice.
mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Yum. Right, surely now that will let me get to...
See you later, Sergeant.
That'll let me go and check out the hospital, at least. It's sweet. Where's the hospital? The hospital? Post. No. Who's... No. There we go. Hospital. Nice. Check out in here so we can get some sort of disguise, so at least we look like a hospital-y person.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door. Like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Boo.
There was no sign of the crew of...
Okay, strain it is, and then maybe try and find a way to look like a hospital person in a bit. Okay. I've got a feeling we're not just going to be allowed to walk down here, but we might as well try and risk it for a biscuit. Go, no, you can't go down there. Only... Oh, no, we can. Several minutes later. Right, okay. It's going to be like this. Yeah. Alright, let's speak to this guy. See if we can blag some information.
My name's George Stobart. Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
Hello. Check you out.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet. In which department does he work? He doesn't. He's a patient.
You're going to tell me nothing.
You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
Yep, more than likely.
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently. We make no exceptions to the rules. It's a matter of life and death. The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
Right, 2 seconds. I'm going to nip to the loot, and I will be back. Give me 2 seconds. Right, back. Okay, cool. Right, let's have a look. So you're going to tell me nothing.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense.
Love it.
Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Okay, interesting.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
What a surprise.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
And we use the Rosso part. Oh, we haven't got...
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
I'm not going to be able to use the...
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
Keep.
No, sir, I have not.
Right, I'm wondering... Should we
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
Right, get rid of
Thanks
you.
for your help.
You're clearly telling us absolutely nothing. Right, let's go and see if the receptionist can be of any use.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
I'd very much like you to
I'm here to
let
see
me
Jacques
see this
Marquet.
dude.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm his long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
That's it.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not.
Oh, here we go.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Look,
no.
just go straight
You
in there,
haven't seen
George.
a man in
Why
disguise?
not? Yeah, there's a man dressed as a clown.
There's Theodore the bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
Love it.
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from a zoo.
Like this guy.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
I wonder if I can use this.
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here.
Score!
Now, let me see.
Brilliant.
He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Oh, really?
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Right, okay.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge.
Left, right, right.
Fair left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Okay. Right.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So it's like left, right, then right, right, left, left, right, then left, and then right a little bit again. Okay.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Get in here.
Hey now! You can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Okay. Let's go and pull his plug out. Go steal stuff from his cupboard. And then we're good.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Oh, Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal? Love it. Go on, get along. Nice. Sweet, that's what we're looking for. Excellent.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity.
Cool, right, down the corridor. I don't think we're going to have to remember where it's said by the looks of it. No, we're not. It's just right here.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
Monsieur Boissier. Well, he's on the end, I assume. Ah, so we've got this pressure pump. Okay, right.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
Everyone's freaking
It's an
out.
ill wind that blows nobody any good. Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Okay, so he's right. Okay.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
Yeah, so we're going to have to...
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Right, okay.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Right, okay, so we know he's not gone. Right, let's just try and wander along the corridor.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir,
see
monsieur.
anything. See if we can see me.
Doctor!
Here we go. I was trying to do something.
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
I know. I'm going to go and try and find out who's killing everyone.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Good answer, Jack.
Oh, Doctor.
What now?
You didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
This guy's going to be a total pain in the arse, isn't he?
Okay, let's try again.
Right, yeah, let's indeed do that.
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
Of course we do.
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners.
So, let's speak to this dude. Can we talk to him? No, he's waving. Right, let's see if we can work out the nurse.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
Well, we know that. Right, how do we...
Thank you, nurse.
do
Au
it?
revoir, monsieur.
Right. Because we're clearly not going to be allowed down here before Matey lets us do it. Maybe I could kind of just look at it.
It was a device used for measuring people's blood pressure.
Know that. Know that. I just go and see him? Surely it's not a persistence thing. It's never a persistence thing. That's not how it
Hello?
works.
Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it.
Oh dear. Well, at least we get some more info.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
Huh.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Right, you're going to tell me anything about
Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
Nicely dodged there, buddy. Well done.
3 months.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
This isn't going to work again, is it? Is he going to do it properly? No. No, he's not.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing...
Right, okay. Let's...
I'll come back later.
He's not... This is the game, right? The game now...
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Okay. Something to find out from her.
Do you know Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No, I...
Does this mean anything to you?
The Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.
Never seen this guy.
Thank you, nurse.
Au
Right.
revoir, monsieur.
There's got to be something up here that we're missing. Gotta be. Can't go down here. Maybe he'll treat me differently now I'm dressed in as a doctor, maybe.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
This guy's hilarious.
What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
God.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Wow, okay. Let's see.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
This guy
Must be
is
a
about
great
3 zones short of a travel card. I got to find more about Mr. Shiny.
Your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Wow.
Are you having trouble with Mr. Shiny?
Yes, I am. I don't know what's got into him today. He keeps pulling his plug.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Interesting.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Literally like talking to cheese. In fact, to be honest with you, talking to cheese would probably get me more results.
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No.
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No. Whatever that means.
Right, I think.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Is he going to let me in the cupboard?
Hey!
I know, but I'm curious.
Oh no, I'm responsible for that cupboard.
It's not going to get me anywhere either. Fair enough.
Okay.
Right, well, I've already yoinked your jacket. Mr. Shiny's not going to get me anywhere. Can't get down here, can't get down here, can't get down here. We go out here? Oh, okay. Interesting. This guy's potentially helpful.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stobart.
Yes, sir?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Talk to this guy.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Yes, sir? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit.
Maybe we can help.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty.
Excellent.
I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
Do you know anything about a patient
Right,
named
we're gonna
Marquet?
borrow this guy to take this blood pressure.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Right, this.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. I've never seen him before.
Surely we can get him to come with us somehow, and then that way.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, sir.
Right. Okay.
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
Cringe. Oh.
See you later.
Hyper mega uber cringe. What's this guy?
Excuse me, sir.
Aha! Just the man. You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy.
Excellent.
This is Benoit, my nephew.
Okay, that explains a lot. Definitely.
He is fresh out of medical school.
We're gonna get him to help us take this blood pressure so we can go and...
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Some real suffering. Love it. Right. Come on then, you doofus. Come and take this buddy's blood pressure.
Hi, it's me again.
Right, okay, we go
I'll
with that.
come back later.
Talk to this guy. Right.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Come take this guy's blood
Do you
pressure.
still have that gauge I gave you?
Oh, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Take this moron's blood pressure so I can go and
Use
do
it
something.
on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Where? Gonna knock her off down here. While you're doing that, hopefully get down here. Oh, here we go. Ah!
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How is the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a humbug.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Have you heard of a guy called
We're not going to get let in here.
He's in quarantine, Doc, right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
Really?
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks.
Right, let's see if I can...
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I have never seen him before.
Yeah, it's because he's in the bear costume. Pretty sure about that.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc.
Right, get in here. Oh, we can just go in. Wow. You're all sorts of almost dead.
Marquet?
Yes. I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Really?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the Ashashin.
Hello, that's a new name. Ashashin. Haven't heard of them yet.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So,
You were sent in my place.
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster.
Hello?
Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
I know, we found it.
Have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Flap
Would
and
that
Guido.
be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them?
Yes.
For
oh, yeah.
He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
Oh, come on. Don't call classic on me.
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille.
Oh, come on.
He's an imposter. The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
What? Out the window again. Marquet, dead. What the chuftables? Back in Nico's apartment.
Hello, George.
Wow, okay. Let's talk about...
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
Yeah, then he got all sorts of dead.
Yeah. Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man?
Yeah.
Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it's
only a little
Khan.
bit, and we was doing
He
it
got
for
away,
nice
out the
reason.
window.
Honest. I love this picture of like the evil stabby doctor. It's like
Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Wouldn't it just?
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time.
Yeah.
Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Hello, we're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Nice to see you today. We're not going to learn anything.
I guess I'd better go.
Which one, Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Right, let's go and see if we can bump into Andre. Warn him about what's going on. So, Café de Champs-Élysées, Musée Crone. Because we know Flap and Guido are trying to steal this. Ah, here he is. We eventually get to meet the famous Andre.
I beg your pardon. Are you
So I've got something in my
Andre?
eyes go. My eye?
That's
My eyes?
me?
Eye.
You want my autograph?
No.
I
No, we
was
don't.
told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay, shoot.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure, it was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
Nice.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn? That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived.
Seems to know Pegram lots of stuff to ask about.
Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much. Only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar
Love
seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights
Just keep
Templar?
questioning through.
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez.
All sorts
How
of
did
stuff
the
going
Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
Georgie.
How come the Templars
really
became
annoying.
so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of
Oh,
Europe,
nice. So,
in fact. The poor
properly
Knights of
hints at
Christ
where we've got to
became
go.
the wealthiest
Haven't been to Scotland
power
yet.
in Christendom.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Of course they do.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
Oh. Okay, that's all you're going to tell us about the Templars. Let's have this about
Where was
about
the site of
Montfaucon.
Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
I love the way they tell this in. It's so cool.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language. Assassini, the assassins.
Okay.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legend surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
and they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
I wonder if...
Does the cult of the assassin still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Well, yeah. Let's ask about the tripod then.
I
Let's
think
do
you ought
Nico
to know
last.
that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Nice
Don't you
skills.
trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. The manuscript is being
Last but not
looked
least,
after
let's
by
see
a
if we
firm.
can...
In Paris?
Yeah. Not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. This friend who has the manuscript?
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
She lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Right. I think we probably got to try and...
Thanks for your help, Andre.
Now.
You're welcome.
Are we just going to be able to do this now? Maybe. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm assuming what the idea is hiding here, Flap and Guido turn up. We fought Flap and Guido because they're dumb as a bag of, catty badgers. And then we go from there. So, push, open this up. Then we jump.
It is closing time.
There we go.
Lobino.
Boom. So...
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Hopefully this leaves us at kind of a sensible point. If it does leave us at a sensible point, we may... Well, not... We'll see how it goes. Oh, here we go. Right, I think... Where are we? Here we go, here comes Flap and Guido.
Going around, you moron!
Sure we can...
Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
Total. Surely we can push this great big thing over and, batter him with it. Here we go.
What the... Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
Ow!
That's blatantly Nico.
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Again.
Josh.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
Oh, wow.
You mean it was you who stole the tripod?
Wow.
Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in
Well
this
done, Nico.
together.
That's
But
it.
how come you dressed
Save
up like
our
a
ass.
pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the
With your silly pouty face. Sort it out. Right.
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from Andre Lobino.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that
Oh,
crest.
sweet.
I sure hope so.
So
Let's
we
take
don't-
another...
Well, surely, right, forget this. Go back. Back. How do I go back? Can I just go back?
Look at...
Ah! Done.
Another night through.
Oh, just
there's a but. There's a but.
Okay, fine. We just got to click on everything. Fine. There we go.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
Maybe the tripod has to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Bet there is. I love the way, just like, tripod, thank you. Bet
Let's take a... There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
The cast in the background.
There's a guy working on a loom. A knight with a crystal. The knight's through my... There's... But the...
Look there, two...
Rest. Okay.
That...
Do anything more about this, right? There's nothing else.
Better get back.
Okay. Where's it going to say we can go? More façon. Prune. Post of Peace. Rougerie. And Café de la Chandelier. Well, look. I think the fact that we've made a great big headway in what's going on, I think we're probably going to leave it there for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've actually done loads. We've found out loads more about what's going on. We found out about the hotel, you know, sort of Montfaucon. What else we found out? We've had people die, which seems to keep on happening in this game. We know now that Templars have got something to do with it. We've got the tripod. We need to obviously work out where the tripod's going. So yeah, so we've got loads to do. Obviously, visiting Montfaucon is definitely going to be the next bit within this game. Save. Oh, we can't save from the map. Okay, let's go to Montfaucon, see what happens. We'll save it there. That's cool. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, guys. If you are watching this back, please, please, please bang a like on it. Share it with your friends. Let them know what's going on. The plan will be to stream Broken Sword every Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? Tuesday today. Wednesday today. Wednesday today. Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday from now on is going to be Broken Sword live stream day, so come tune in. Obviously, once I have live streamed, it will then go up on the channel, so check back on the channel if you do miss it, but hey, watch it live, because, you know, hey, that's loads of fun. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for sticking around. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe already, and we will see you next time on the channel for more Mythic Booster goodness on the Mythic Booster channel. See you later, guys.